Well, a very good morning to everybody. We are here at the auction of the decade, if not the century, the most anticipated auction here at 2 Reddall Street, Manly. My name is Anthony and I'm here with the whole entire Novak family, as well as the whole community. We will be beginning this auction very soon, but in the meantime, just look at the absolutely standout turnout that this auction has attracted. The whole community has turned out to see the most iconic residence here in Manly go up for auction. It will be sold. 100% will go off today. Stay tuned. We'll be back with you momentarily. Let's get this auction underway and let's reach for the stars.
Woohoo! Yeah, so massive turnout today, guys. Just look at this crowd, Northern Beaches community.
The weather gods have turned it on.
Yes. Hello, guys. Good morning. Well, we'll say hi to...
Say hi to Mark.
Mark Novak is here.
We're live on our Facebook.
I'm talking to the owner's representative and I'm showing her around her auction.
Hey.
Very excited.
Beautiful stuff. Yes, good morning, Luke. Very exciting day. Beautiful view from this property. Look, even just from the street, you can see the beautiful Manly's beach. Yes, even someone's on crutches is here. Good morning, Michelle. It's going to be a beautiful day today, guys. We've got such a big crowd. The auction is going to be starting very, very soon. We've got our coffee van out the front. If we have any locals in the area, come down and watch this auction. It's going to be a really interesting one. Good morning, Lisa, Glenn. Yes, exciting auction ahead today. It's going to be amazing. Beautiful day for it. There you go.
What else is happening here, Nats? We've got a coffee van, Mr. Combi the coffee van.
Yeah.
Catering.
I should point out. I'm the voice here behind the camera. Yeah, so it's going to be an amazing turnout today. Like you can see from the crowd, people know this house so well. It is really one of the most iconic residents. Like, you turn around. We've closed this street off pretty much. Like,
absolutely, and the beach is literally just there.
Yeah, so we got our auctioneer, Vic LaRusso, who a lot of people might know. He's done, I think, over 2,000 auctions, which is insane. But this property is first time on the market in 45 years. So it's definitely going to be an interesting one. Who knows how it will turn out, but it's a beautiful day regardless. Hopefully a beautiful auction result.
Yes, which should be beginning very soon, scheduled for 9 o'clock. We've just got the final registrations happening inside.
Yes.
So we won't walk in there at the moment due to confidentiality reasons, but it will be very, very busy.
So you're stuck with us for the time being until the lovely and handsome Vic LaRusso comes up.
There's Lisa doing her little social videos as well for her Instagram page. If you haven't already followed it, Lisa Novak, social queen here at Novak Properties.
So while this is going, I might actually just show people. We're not going to go inside the property. Vic LaRusso's coming out. It's actually going to start pretty quick. Here's just a little snapshot. Pool in the property. Beautiful floor plan. 3 levels set right above Manly Surf Club.
Each level with its own balcony, plus an in-ground pool.
Which is really rare for properties in Manly, I will say. This close to the beach especially.
Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Welcome to Manly. Thank you so much for your attendance, and to our registered parties, good luck in anticipation for one of the best acquisitions I think you'll make in your lifetime. On behalf of Lisa Novak, Michael Silish and the team from Novak Properties, welcome to 2 Reddall Street here in Manly going to auction. My name's Vic LaRusso and I'm your auctioneer this morning. We're going to make use of some auction conditions. The board's been on display. If there are any questions during the process, the team are here to assist. You do need to be registered, obviously, to be competing here this morning. If you have not registered yet, no problems. We can register you at any time during the auction. I have been authorised by my owner to make one bid for them here this morning. Now, if I do see fit to make a bid for them, I'll do that and I'll let everyone know when I do it. It's called a vendor's bid. Every time you do bid, all I'm going to do is ask you to clarify it with your bidding card number up. and on the fall of the hammer, the property will be sold. So it's really important to be up nice and early with your bidding. I can't take any bids after the fall of the hammer. Any disputed bids is always back onto the auctioneer for arbitration. There can be no dispute in an auction. It's always back for that auctioneer to make the decision. So for a property like this to wait another 40, 50 or 60 years for it to come to the market potentially, bid up early and obviously give it your best shot. Reserves being set, ladies and gentlemen. It's just been handed to me here this morning. Again, good luck to everyone with that opportunity here with registration cards. That's fine, no problem at all. Just going through a couple of last registrations, and why not? The contract, ladies and gentlemen, has been available over the process. It is a very, very standard contract, obviously. You've all had it looked over by legal authorities. You've all met Lisa throughout the whole marketing campaign and her team from Novak Properties. If there's any questions that you do need during this auction process, just to let them know, they're more than happy to come out and assist you. But as we say, if you are that lucky buyer and the hammer does fall to your bid, you will need to sign the contract here this morning, pay the appropriate hit this morning, the deposit, and obviously complete in the appropriate time period. 2 Reddall Street in Manly is the property on the contract that you are trying to take off the market this morning. They're the auction conditions and the contract. You're now bidding under auction conditions. And again, ladies and gentlemen, the best of luck to everyone registered and being able to register for such an iconic home. Well, ladies and gentlemen, being an auctioneer for 15 plus years on the Northern Beaches, I'm a local myself, born and bred on the beaches. I don't think there's any more iconic vantage point on the Northern Beaches when you're taking a look at world-class trophy homes and trophy locations than 2 Reddall Street. Grandstand, uninterrupted views, the most iconic views when it comes to beaches and surrounds. And these are the opportunities, no matter what market conditions we're talking about, that the ones that everyone holds back and waits for to acquire and to own. And it's only a very few, ladies and gentlemen, that can say from a Bower Street address or a Reddall Street address or opportunities like this. And this is one that's going to be top 4, top 5 properties on the beaches to acquire, and Manly's top listing of the year so far today. The home obviously ready to go, ready to acquire in its current configuration, from living space to bedroom space to amazing outlooks to good indoor and outdoor flow. But again, it's the scope, future potential that is all the added bonuses for a property like this here this morning. Again, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, you know the property, you've been here, you know the location. I'm going to leave it up to the registered bidders now to determine what the price should be. 2 Reddall Street in Manly going to auction. Who would like to go first and who wants to open the bidding up? 11 million. Okay, 77, thank you, PK, at 11. And we're underway, ladies and gentlemen, at 12. Can I call straight back in? Bids at 11. Can we go straight back in at 12 million or better? You let me know. Money's at 11. At 12, bid at number 3. 13 back. Can we go back in at 13? Bids at 12. At $12 million, bid at 77 at 12. Number 3 gone back in at 12. We'll call it back in once at $12 million. Can we say 13 or better? Second call at $12 million. If you're here and you're registered and you have the chance, now's the time to be bidding. 13 back in, bid at 1. Thank you, welcome. At 13 million, maybe straight in at 15. Bids at 13, maybe go back in at 15. Can we say 13's the bid? Bid at number 1 at $13 million. We'll call it once at 13. Happy to go straight at 14, maybe even at 15's the call. Second at $13 million. Don't wait for me to call it on the market. I'm not doing it at this auction. I've got no obligation. I'm not answering, is it on the market? If the hammer falls, it's done. Third and final call at $13 million. If we are all done and all silent at $13 million, and if you're registered in here, 13.5. You said 15.5, Jake. I was going to say that's better, but I'm happy. 13.5, bid at number 10. You buy and why not? Can we go straight in at 15 now? If you want to go 14.5 and knock them all out, bids at 13.5 right now against your bid and everyone else registered. At 13,500,000 even. Can we go back in at 14.5? Bids at 13.5. At 13,500,000, I'll call the bid in once at 13.5. Great buy. You won't buy better, ladies and gentlemen, on the beaches for a property of this calibre. Second at 13, 14.5, man. 14, bid at 1, 15. 14.5 and 15 back, man. 15's the call. Back in at 16. Let's go back in if we can in ones. 15's the bid with bid at 1. 15's the call. Do you want to come back in at 15.5 or better, or maybe 16? Money's at 15. At $15 million, we bid at number 1, and I'll call it in once at 15. I'm going to thank everyone at this point for coming to the auction and coming to the open homes over the last 4 weeks. Second call at $15 million. Bids here, 15.5. 16 back, ma'am. Bids at 15.5. Can I go back in at 16 or better? At 15.5, it's against your bid right now. Bidder in front, holding the winning card at this stage at 15.5, leading the auction. Can we go back in at 16? Bids at 15.5. At 15,500 once. Go back in at 16, worth everything. Second, at 15,500. Third and final call. Gentleman's bid to the left at 15,500,000. 16 back in at 16.5. Money's at 16. Can we go straight back in at 16,500? Bids at 16 against your bid. And again, ladies and gentlemen, hopefully making someone's dream becoming a reality here this morning. At 16's the bid. 16.5. Calls at $16 million even. 16.5. 17 back. Bids at 6. Put the pressure straight back on. Can I go back in? And it's only money, man. Have a look at it. They print it every day. And you wouldn't even bother them worrying about going anywhere holidays. It's all here. Can we go 17? Bids at 16,500. Against your bid at 16.5. Straight back once at 16,500. Second at 16,500. If we are all done and all silent at 16,500,000. 17 back, man. Go back. One last go at 17. Can I say 17? At 16.5 bids here, and there's no point me rushing an auction. I never do it. I've never done it. And the opportunities for everyone here this morning, ladies and gentlemen, at 16.5, even at this stage. Bids at 16,500. If you need to come back in, you let me know. And anyone else, there's plenty of people registered. And as I said, ladies and gentlemen, don't wait for those words, because if I call it, and I'm not rushing it, but if I call it, no one else wants to bid, that's your chance and your opportunity potentially to miss out. At 16,500, once, 17. Second, you're sure you're out. Thank you so much for bidding. Appreciate your interest. Third and final call at 16,500,000. If we are all done and all silent at 16.5, no dramas, I'll hold. There's some messages going back and forth, and that's why we do it. First time in 40 years, so another 5 or so minutes doesn't bother me, ladies and gentlemen, because these are the opportunities. I said you'll look back on and say, wish I just gave it that little bit extra back then in October to acquire the property. And it's 16.5 at this stage, gentlemen, in the front. Maybe straight back in at 17 PK or better, you let me know. But it's 16.5, even number right now. And again, if you're registered, if you're not registered, you want to have a go, that registration process can happen anytime. The most iconic property from a grandstand view location. I'm trying to behind that. 16.5. Sure there's nothing on top there. No dramas, but it's going to hold. The bid number 10 at this stage is 16,500. And he gets the instructions very, very soon at 16.5 million. And again, it's value every day and all day when you see what's trading in a 2-kilometre radius of where we are right now. This is the one of the most iconic properties that you'll find at 16.5. Go back in at 17. Right. What's the worst thing that can happen is you potentially maybe you're in the running or you play with someone else's money. Bids at 16.5. Bids there. They won't know you're holding the card. It's fine. At 16.5 million. Bid at 10. And again, thank you to all parties coming along this morning. I'll hold for one more moment. At 16.5.
So what's happening, Anthony? So the bidding is stalled at the moment.
Bids at 16.5. Bid at number 10. What I'm going to do, ladies and gentlemen, right now,
if we can get it up any higher.
My vendors overseas, so I want to make sure they're 100% across where we are at this stage. So I'm going to have a chat. They want to have a quick discussion with me on the phone at 16.5. Bid at 10 at this stage, in front, leading the auction. Auction's still going. Any further bid, just let me know now. That's fine. If any further bid, you let me know. Bid's at 16.5 right now. Jake, what I'm going to do is, the person on the phone is having a vendor wants a quick discussion with me, so I'm just going to go inside, have that conversation. They're overseas. No, that's all right. Me first, and then I'll come back and have a chat to you in a moment.
So this is the property. I'll get Xanthony to give us a little update about what's happening.
So at the moment, our auctioneer Vic is having a chat to the vendor who is currently overseas. The bidding is stalled at $16.5 million. Let's see what we can get out of these prospective buyers if they're willing to offer anything more for such an iconic residence here in the heart of Manly.
Yes, and I've got a comment in from Luke. He says this morning, Luke, our biggest watcher, I think, and he said this property will probably be worth 30 mil in 10 years.
Luke, let's mention that to Vic, and then he can corral all of the community here to get behind the sale of this property. 30 million is big dollars, but worth every dollar.
Yes, exactly. So it's an amazing turnout today, guys. I cannot
It's knocked off
emphasize
the whole entire
the
cul-de-sac.
street. Yeah, so it is a cul-de-sac position of this house, and just look at this. It's a year ago, talking about like COVID lockdowns. You couldn't imagine a turnout like this. It is insane. I would love to see some comments coming in. We got a lot of people watching what their predictions are going to be about this auction today. And it's a beautiful morning, everyone. I think that's one thing.
And we've got the whole team here at Novak
Yes.
as well. As you can see, Sienna, who does our morning minutes, is up there in the white. And then to our right, actually, now we do have Tash, Nikki, and Ronkitza.
Yes.
All part of the rentals hotline.
I'll
the
come and
rentals
say
team,
hi.
And the media team as well. Ladies, first auction, what are our thoughts?
Very exciting.
Yeah. I know it is Ronkitza's.
I know. I think this is like literally a once in a lifetime auction. There's people watching from the window behind us in that apartment building. Like, I think it's mad. Someone's saying that view is worth 20 mil alone, which look at
Maybe
that.
Can we just hone in on that view? Let's lift the camera a little bit. Literally.
Over everyone's head.
3-level home, each with views towards that stunning location, that shot. Fall asleep to the sound of the ocean, wake up to the sunrise every single morning.
And
What more could you want?
I think we need to re-emphasize as well, this is a house that has a pool inside of it, which is so rare for a property this close to the beach. It's got an in-ground pool and 3 levels.
So a little over 400 metres square, so there is a fair bit of house in that. With a little bit of zhuzhing, a little bit of creativity and hard work, you could essentially make this the next iconic residence here in Manly. And who knows, in another 40 years' time, when you go to release it, it could be worth double what it is today.
Yeah, well, Luke's prediction right now
Here we
is
go, Luke. Let's see.
17 mil. Hold on, I'm just going to turn this camera around just so I can see you guys and we can read the comments. This is behind the scenes of the auction.
The dream team right here.
So 17 mil. And Luke said, is it a knockdown? Would you knock it down? Well, I think that's for the bidders to answer, I think.
I actually don't think that I would knock it down. I think that the bones and the layout of the house are actually so beautiful. What I personally would do would be to render the outside, fix it all up a little bit, gut the inside, and then do some zhuzhing in there.
Yeah,
and remodel it.
It's absolutely stunning. So
I just don't think if you were to knock it down, you'd be able to get the same size, height-wise and depth-wise, that you would be able to in its current setup.
Yeah, so here again, we've got this beautiful property. So we won't go in because they are having confidential discussions in there today.
Exactly right, Nat.
I love this comment. Nat wanted to get on the camera. Luke,
Always.
I'll always find a way. So
Nat is made for the camera.
oh, so we'll go in and say hi to our lovely team down here on the red carpet. Say hi, guys.
So here we have a lot of our property management and rentals team. As you would
hold
all
on.
know, Sienna.
We're gonna leave the red carpet for Vic to come back out.
All right, let's get back to the
Back
auction.
in
Let's
action,
go back to our
guys.
vantage point now.
We'll go back to Bronco in a bit.
Yeah.
As I said, ladies and gentlemen, I appreciate it. We're not stalling it, but the vendor wanted to have a discussion with me and they're overseas. So we just took time to talk through the process. And at this stage, obviously, high bids at 16.5 right now. If there's any further bidding over, let me know. There's very clear instructions, ladies and gentlemen, from our vendor. It's not done here on the auction floor. No dramas. We'll just take it to a private treaty straight after, and we'll do a silent auction in the back of the house. So they're not fast. So if there's no further bidding over 16.5, we're going to have a quick chat to our highest bidder. We'll just park it. We'll have a chat with them first. If anyone else wants to bid, do it now. Because after auction, these situations can be very difficult to buy because it's not obviously public bidding and it's back and forth and someone will get upset wanting to know where the price is, what the offer is. We're just making sure that everyone here this morning has the opportunity to bid at the auction. So we're not quite there just yet. Bids at 16.5 with bid number 10. Okay, they're my instructions at the moment to pass on. So we're just going to give everyone every chance to bid over 16.5 right now. And if there's no bidding over that $16.5 million mark, ladies and gentlemen, we'll just park the property to the side and we'll continue those negotiations. Double checking. Any bidding over that, let me know, ladies. Bids at 16.5 right now in front with bidder number 10.
and some discussions being had, but we got people from the apartment blocks watching this auction, which is very iconic.
33 live viewers as well.
Yeah,
It just
hello
goes
to
to
the-
show just how
So
hot
16 and a half the
this
call,
auction is.
ladies and gentlemen. So instructions are, if there's no bidding over 16 and a half, I'm told to pass the property in. We are under auction conditions till midnight. What that means is there'll be no exclusivity with one party with the negotiations after this, okay? It's open to everyone. And I say it, ladies and gentlemen, because I see this every weekend at every price point. The worst way to deal after auction, because the agents go back and forth, the doors are closed, who knows where the number is. It's better to be doing it now. I know there's plenty of buyers above that mark here, so if you want a deal, let me know what the number is, and we'll go back and talk to the owner. If not, we're happy to pass it in. There's no pressure on our point, but we're here to try and do a deal. We're not far off, but we're here to make sure that we give everyone every opportunity. So we're not far from the point, but we're giving every chance over 16 and a half. If you're here to buy the property and you've got over that number, my recommendation is just give it to me now and see what happens. Not, we're happy to do it after. No problems. Everyone will be treated very fairly, but it is a silent auction process till midnight tonight. So there's no exclusivity with one party after auction. Just to be very, very clear. Bids at 16 and a half. Exactly where we are with bid number 10. And we're just making sure everyone registered gets that communication back. So I'll just give you another couple of moments. If you've got over 16 and a half, please let me know. If not, and I call it 3 times, we're passing it in, and we're under auction conditions until midnight tonight, and we're happy to deal with all parties, ladies and gentlemen, at the same time. Bids at 16 and a half right now. Yeah, absolutely. Please.
Again, we'd love to see your predictions, guys, about how this auction's going to go. Keep those comments coming through. We're reading every single one. 37 of you. Thank you guys for tuning in today.
Some auctions take a little longer than others, especially when vendors aren't on site. So it's going to have a quick chat back to the owner, and I'll just hold here, ladies and gentlemen, until we deliberate. And there's no rush from our point. Iconic home deserves the amount of time it needs, and we're happy to do that. So the current bid is 16 and a half, and the auction's still going. I'm happy to take an increment over that number if it's there. Okay. So bids at this stage with bidder number 10 at 16,500,000. Great River property. Yeah, going to find it very, very hard to find something like this at this price point, I believe, when you're talking about iconic grandstand views and location points like this in Reddall. Current bid at 16 and a half minutes. We are just speaking back to our vendor, obviously to our highest bidder, because everyone else is saying at this stage they're holding back. So we're just communicating back with our highest bidder. Negotiation at the moment, ladies and gentlemen, and hopefully we'll have a result that bids at 16,500,000. I know you're there, but you tell me. If you got over the 16 and a half, maybe straight to 17, you let me know. The bid's there. Thank you to all parties. We've had a lot of groups through the property over the last 4 weeks. We're giving our buyers and our vendor the opportunity today to do a deal. Current bid's at 16,500,000. Gentleman's bid at 10 in front. And we are just going back and forth with our vendor. That's the delay at the moment, ladies and gentlemen. Appreciate your patience. The current bid stands, so we're not far off. And if you wanted to come back in, if there's any bidding over that, let me know. Fine. Happy to take an increase back over 16 and a half at the stage. Highest bids here, and anyone else that's registered, ladies and gentlemen, that wants to bid. Obviously, we're here this morning to take the offer over 16 and a half.
I know, it's very
Current bid
cute.
stands.
There's lots of dogs today here at the auction.
We are going back and forth with our vendors on the phone
Cute little puppy
overseas,
over
so
there.
negotiations obviously going to be take a little bit longer than what they would normally. The bids at 16,500,000. We are happy to take any offers over that number.
Yes, and in case anyone's wondering, no, that dog does not come with the property.
I think it's actually Sienna's family dog, to be honest.
Oh, Sienna.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a very cute dog.
Cocker spaniel by the looks of things. So it has definitely been a team effort in the preparation of getting today ready. We've got all hands on deck. We were here at 7:30 this morning to set up for everything, and it, as you can see, it's definitely worth every single moment, worth the early morning and the back-breaking work.
I know, if
Get it all
people
prepared.
think 9 a.m. auctions are early, think about the team setting up the
Yeah,
9 a.m.
don't forget about us.
Ladies and gentlemen, having a quick conversation with our highest bidder. This is on for negotiations, and we're happy to have negotiations with all parties, but everyone at this stage holding back, and this is our highest bid at this stage, and that's why we're dealing with our highest bidder. So if you want to be the highest bidder, give me over 16.5, and you're obviously then in that box seat. At this stage, having a negotiation process with our highest bidder. It's exactly where the bidding stands at this stage at 16,500,000. Thank you to everyone. Again, for the delay, some auctions definitely go a little longer than others, and we just give every auction every point. Everything's different. Every opportunity for our vendor to sell, and every opportunity for our buyers to purchase. So bids at 16,500. Cracker of a property.
And Luke's comment that just came through.
Talking
Luke, just so you know, we did actually have an open home prior to the auction this morning, so we had to set everything up before the open home in time for the auction.
There's a lot always happening behind the scenes at Novak. All the red carpet, our whole team,
Catering, coffee, setting up everything.
all of it.
Yeah. Prepping the team so they know what they're doing too. Finding a park.
Negotiation going on.
Finding a park.
Stands at 16.5. So happy to go straight back in at 17 or better. You're registered, but you've got every chance here this morning.
Thank you guys for tuning in. 35 people today. It's a very, very interesting auction to watch.
And who do we have behind us? Jono and Leo.
Hello.
Is this your first auction with Novak?
You guys look so in front of this view. You guys look.
Scrapping lads.
It looks like a photo from like
Thank you, ladies and
Ralph
gentlemen.
Lauren.
And again, we're just going through the live negotiations on the floor. So we make sure we give, like we said, our buyers time, our vendors time. Let's see what we can create here in the next couple of minutes. But the auction's still going for registered bidders. If you've got over that $16.5 million bid, we're happy to obviously take a bid over that increment. But at this stage, we'll pause. And these are the homes you don't want to pass in because, as I said, ladies and gentlemen, that's when it can get really active and interesting. And if you're a buyer, you do it on the auction floor, not after. My recommendation, if you can do it, take it off the market this morning. After auction, it's open to anyone and everyone, especially on the auction day. You don't need to be registered after auction. So bids, 16,500. Great asset, a very good street. Exactly where we are. The current bid stands at 16.5.
Can we have a chat?
Lisa?
Where's Lisa?
Lisa, just have a chat to Jake. So current bid, ladies and gentlemen, at 16.5. We're not far.
Yeah, so back to Jonathan and Leo.
Ladies and gentlemen, live on floor negotiation process.
Dolce Gabbana, Ralph Lauren.
That point at this stage, but 16,500,000. Any bidding over the 16.5, we're definitely happy to hear it. Just wait and pause.
Yes, I think the hardest thing about the auction today was the parking, as we were saying.
Absolutely.
And with a turnout this big, if everyone's driving a car.
Everybody around the beaches knows how hard it is to park around Manly, especially around this Bower side of the street of Manly.
But not here when you've got a lovely garage and driveway. Oh, look, I've just got a comment. Oh, Leo's on the phone. But Leo can afford the property. Look at the suit. I know.
Hey.
I think Leo heard that one. Someone commented, Leo can afford the property. Look at his suit. Oh, gosh.
So it's actually been a really good campaign in the lead up today, and I was talking to Lisa and Michael, and they were just thinking about everything that they've done in the lead up to today.
Yeah.
And neither of them would change a thing.
Yeah.
They worked around the clock with buyers, with the vendor, with suppliers, getting everything ready for today. 3 open homes a week, each for an hour. Relentless streams of emails, phone calls, messages, queries coming through from every single platform. Having to answer those and just keep people motivated and give them as much information as possible for them to make this amazing decision today.
And look, like, I think it shows, because Luke's comment, there's more people at the auction than on the beach.
Yeah.
And I think that's what it goes to show, like, the effort that's been put in today. Oh, and look, we got a lovely comment from James Lampler, a lovely local real estate agent, saying nice commentary, ladies.
Thank you, James.
I
do believe that you had left Novak just before I started, but I've heard a lot about you.
No, James is a lovely, lovely man.
So I think behind Lisa and Michael, who are the selling and listing agents of this property, they do actually have a really good team supporting them as well. The whole Novak team, which also includes the media team.
Yes.
Jonathan, myself, Mark's team, the rentals team. Everyone's really chipped in today to make today more of a work of art than anything.
Yeah, like everyone from our Novak office has shown up today and just really put in such a good effort. We've got, you can see Branka and Tina, 2 of our senior property managers over there. Well, Branka, head of property management. We've got Stevan, who a lot of you will know as the gentleman of the industry. He's one of our sales
we are
agents.
Actually in the process of trying to transition his name from the gentleman to Captain Commercial.
Captain
now,
Commercial.
We welcome your thoughts. What do you think about Captain
Commercial?
Stebbs is thinking about transitioning more into a commercial space on top of residential, so it'll have a dual role, and we think that the name Captain Commercial will stick, but please get the comments rolling.
Yeah,
what are your thoughts?
Captain Commercial, we'd love to hear your names for real estate agents. So Mark, I think we sort of call him the Godfather a lot of the time. We've got Milosh in our Luke's just said, "Oh, Captain, my Captain." we'll definitely pass that message on to Stevan. Well, here we go, guys.
Yes. Back with our vendors. Where are you, Jake?
Our bidder's still inside talking to Lisa.
Lisa's got some information back from our vendor for you. So we're very close. It's just a negotiation on floor. We like to do this, ladies and gentlemen, on floor because it's a little bit easier than after everyone saying, well, I would have paid that and I would have done this and I would have done that, instead of hearing all that after the auction. We try and do it on the floor, and then we hope we're very close. Anyone's at that.
Fortunately, I don't think that's allowed, Hayden. But it's a great idea.
Normally, it's happening live. So thank you for your patience, and we'll come back and obviously tell you where it gets to, because it needs to be a bid made on the floor. So we'll just hold. At this stage, the bid's still at 16.5, and there are some negotiations going on at the moment. So we'll just wait and hold. And for everyone else here, ladies and gentlemen, option's still going. So if there's anything over that bid, 19 million increased bid. Thank you, bidder 10. Increased bid to $19 million. And again, we're here, and that's why we delay, and that's why we wait. Increased offer's been made at $19 million. Okay? So, PK, I'd say if you've got anything over, let me know, because if not, we're going to move. Just going to wait for that in writing. For anyone else, ladies and gentlemen, bids at $19 million in front. I'm about to get some instructions in writing that I'll need, and I'll be calling it 3 times, and then if that hammer drops, it's done. Okay? So at $19 million, increased bid to bidder number 10, if there is no further bid or offer. We're going to call it in 3 times. Okay, just waiting for that to come to overseas. We're told verbally, and things are happening right now, so that I need to see it in writing before I do anything, but I'm told we're all good, but I'll need to see that in a text or an email, because we're off-site at the moment. So again, if you're registered and you're holding right to the end for 2 Reddall Street in Manly, bids at $19 million with bidder number 10 right now. So we're calling it, ladies and gentlemen. I believe it's going to be happening, and I believe in the next moment or so the hammer will fall. If there's any bid over the 19 mark, you let me know. If there's anything over the top, sir, you let me know. Bids at 19, so make sure, because I'm waiting and holding for a text that I need to receive.
I think everyone's kind of waiting with bated breath at the moment. Fingers crossed, toes crossed, seeing what happens. It is very exciting.
It is. So we're currently waiting on a confirmation from our vendor who is overseas, but the current bid is at
$19 million.
Contribute to buying the home. So 2 Reddall Street, $19 million being the current bid. Again, such an iconic home, 40 years in the making. and it's here this morning, hopefully to be gone to a brand new owner, and the bid's at $19 million. So I'm waiting for text message. And again, ladies and gentlemen, we've got to make sure we do everything properly, so a couple more moments won't be a problem, but we'll just hold until I receive that in writing for 2 Reddall Street, Manly. Great property in a very, very iconic spot, and these are the ones where you're walking at Manly Shelley, you're looking through from Queensy, you can be seeing it from everywhere. Appreciate your patience, won't be too much longer, sir.
I do think that when you're buying a house, you're not just buying the place, you're also buying a bit of the location as well.
19
to integrate into what you're buying in. And the Northern Beaches, Manly,
a lot of
stunning
interest in the home over the
location,
last couple of
absolutely
weeks.
fantastic
We're here
beach
hopefully this morning to
lifestyle.
sell the properties.
Just
But we're not. We're very, very, very close to be doing it under the hammer.
On the doorstep.
At 19 million current bid. Thank you to everyone. Right next to my colleague, get in right now. All good.
Yeah, we got lots of locals passing through, and I think they've just stopped to see what's happening. Big turnout. We got half
Thank you for
an
your patience. Any
hour.
bidding over 19,
auction.
ladies and gentlemen,
You
do
never
it. I'll
tell
be
what's
calling
going
it on
to
very,
happen
very
at
soon.
an auction. I wish sometimes that I
we
did
get
have a
that
crystal ball so I could say this is what's going to happen, but today's auction is something special and we never would have imagined or guessed what would happen.
Yeah. With a property this iconic, it's really hard to say what the guide was going to be or what was going to happen today. So
Yes, we were, because it is such a unique property, there's nothing like this on the market.
You're all good?
We were heavily reliant on buyer feedback, so we did find comparable sales around this Manly area that did start from
$19 million.
north of $13 million, so at
Very, very
$19 million. We are quite close to settling this property here today.
Yeah.
Let's just see what happens.
So much. Just quickly going to all parties who are bidding, and anyone else that's registered, ladies and gentlemen. Just waiting for the text or an email to come to me. I can't do anything
Here we
until
go.
I
I
get
think
that.
we're getting an
Obviously
update, guys.
understand your property
So
and get a
Lisa's
number,
coming
and it's a
back
different
now
one, and it
with
sits.
instructions from the vendor.
That's right. Okay, bid of 10. There's the phone. More money on the phone, sir? Because I've been here for an hour, so I should have. Okay, Jay. Holding for the conversation. I'll let them have that chat before. Okay, Jake. Just confirm the bid at 19, mate. Just don't want to see you okay, bid of 10, $19 million on the market and selling. Instructions are to sell from my owner at $19 million. If there's no further bid or offer, we are selling to Reddall Street in Manly at $19 million. Any further bid or offer, now's the time, ladies and gentlemen. If the hammer falls, it's done. Selling once, second, selling, third and final call at $19 million to bidder number 10, going. Yeah, 19,500. 19,500,000. Just your bidder card section. I need to see. Just hold. I need to see it. Fine.
So what's just happened, Anthony?
So the hammer was literally just about to fall, and then we've had another bid just come in at 19.5. So still a process. We're still figuring this out. Let's get it sold. It's just let's see who has that final selling price.
Yeah. So you could hear the crowd's reaction to it.
We were
So,
close.
but he has not presented his card.
At
It's
all
inside,
tonight,
so he's going to
it's
have
a
to.
dark horse. That's what we call a dark horse buyer. Absolutely.
Yeah. So we're going to have to wait. We have to confirm his registration, as
Exit 19.
Vic is saying. Yeah, we'll have to see if he's registered Luke.
19 and a half. If you're going to make the bid, sir, I need to see the card. 19,500,000. New buyer, bid of 13. 20. Guys, take your time. Been very patient with me. Take your time. 19 and a half on the market and sell it. Go back in at 20. Can we say 20, guys? Bids at 19,500,000. New buyer, bid of 13. Can we go back in at 20? That's fine. Take your time. You're very patient with me, mate. There's no rush in my point. Thank you. Very patient. 19 and a half and sell. And that's what happens at auctions, ladies and gentlemen. All the time, we make sure we run the process, as you can see. We give everyone every chance at 19,500,000 with a new buyer entering in the race. And it is on the market and it will be sold here this morning at 19 and a half. I'd say go back in at 20, mate. That might take it. 19 and a half, which is good buying. Again, Very hard to put a price value on this. You can't do it. It's too iconic, too great. Bids at 19.5. Can we go back at 20? 19,500,000. What do you say, 20? If you say it quick, it doesn't mean much. Say 20. worth every dollar. 19.5. Bids come in right at the end. And again, we're having a conversation. Take that time, ladies and gentlemen. At 19,500,000. Thank you to all parties. And that's why, ladies and gentlemen, there's no rush from our point at auctions. We make sure we give everyone every opportunity to bid at $19.5 million. Bid of 13. New buy has come into the equation to the left. So thank you to all parties. If there's any bid over, we're happy to take. Bids at 19,500,000 to Reddall Street in Manly, selling this morning. There's no better bid. We are giving our underbidders some time because they're very patient through the whole process and we don't rush anyone. So thank you for your time there, sir. Being bid at this stage, 19.5, and we are close. Right at the end of the auction. So the bid stands at 19.5 million. These are the ones where you look back on in time, ladies and gentlemen, and they're the properties and the opportunities that you're here and ready to go with. Thank you for your patience.
So we are just waiting.
Just hold 19.5.
As you just heard from Vic, 19.5, we have had a dark horse buyer who's
So
just
everyone
come into
here
the
this
race,
morning,
so we're just giving all
bidding
parties a chance to
and
settle,
buying. We're
talk
just
to the
going.
purchasers,
One more moment, no
phone
dramas.
bid, have a
Okay.
discussion
One
between
moment, and then we'll
themselves.
deliberate back
to
with
see
our
if they
bidder
want
at
to increase the bid over
$19.5 million, ladies
Yeah.
and gentlemen. If there's no better offer over that mark, the property's selling here this morning at $19,500,000. On the market to be sold at 19.5. Gentleman's bid at 13 in front. At this stage, leading the process at 19.5. What do you say? Jake, you let me know what you want to do because I'm told I need to drop the hammer. Okay. All right. Fellas, I'm going to call it at 19.5. I'll give you 30 seconds or so, but if not, gentlemen here in front will be buying the property. Okay? So we are selling at 19,500,000 to Reddall Street in Manly. 20 million. Bid of 10. 21. The second bid's so much more fun, sir. 22,500,000. Just the card out to confirm. 22,500,000. Bid of 13. 22.5. Why not? Great spot, worth every penny. Yeah, 22,500,000. 20,250,000. 20,250,000, guys. 20,250,000. 20,250,000.
13, yeah.
That's where you should have been 22.
Can you just hold your bidding card up?
Yeah, bid of 13. Just got it right there.
Thank you.
20,250,000. On top, or just okay. 20,500,000. 21.
Race between
750. 20,750,000. 21 back. 21 back. Straight back in. 21,500. Maybe you need to do 22,500 there soon. Bids at 21. We're selling. It'll be done this morning. At $21 million.
Current bid is at 2750.
21's the bid. Bid at 10. 21,500. We're selling right now. 21 million. There's no better bid. It'll be done. Iconic address. Best property on the beaches. Manly's best listing. At 21 million. Bids at 21. And we're going to be selling the property if there's no better bid or offer. I'm going to call it. Yeah, quick call. I'll give you 1 minute, sir, because we're going to wrap this up. Bids at $21 million in front and selling. One call's being made, and then we're done. At $21 million. Even buying, ladies and gentlemen. With bidder number 10 in front at $21 million. Again, thank you to everyone. Bids at 21's the call. Thank all parties and everyone coming along this morning. Nothing like having a great auction in Manly to start your Saturday, ladies and gentlemen. Exactly. Nice, great in, try and organise
Beautiful
everything.
day.
Bids at $21 million.
Keep those comments
This
coming
stage,
through,
gentlemen, in
guys.
front,
Current
holding the
bid
winning
is
card at $21
$27.50.
million at this stage. If there is no better bid, it will be done. 21 and a half, sir. What do you say?
So the top bidder is actually on the phone right now.
Bids at
making a call to
21,
see if his
even.
purchaser is able to increase his bid.
Oh,
Card out. 21 to 50. Jake, just going to take it off him. Card. 21.5. I've been told it's your call. 21,500 and selling. Bid at 10. 22. I get really good after 21,500,000. That's where I come into my own as an auctioneer. Can I go one more time? 21,500,000. What do you say, sir? Definitely. Nothing over. Okay. Thank you so much for coming in. That was a little bit of fun at the end. Thank you. At 21,500,000, bid at 10, and we are selling. If there is no further bid or no one wanting to come and check in, we're happy to see it again. At 21,500,000, gentleman's bid at 10, buying 2 Reddall Street in Manly. Once, he's definitely out, sir. Twice, are we 100% out? Third and final call. Are you 100% out? Yes? You've got the same look when you say yes or no, so I don't know. So definitely? Okay. At 21 million, thank you again. At 21,500,000, ladies and gentlemen, going to bidder number 10. Done. Sold. At 21,500,000 to Reddall Street, Manly.
Insane. So what's happened, Anthony?
There we go, guys. The auction, the hammer has just fallen $21,500,000 to one very, very lucky bidder. It's been an absolute whirlwind. Look, it's been a close to 50-minute auction, so it's been a long process. We had a dark horse thrown in there to very much shake things up, but the hammer has fallen $21,500. Absolutely phenomenal price for a phenomenal location. Thank you so much for tuning in, guys. As you know, I'm Anthony and I'm joined. Let's face to camera, shall we?
Hold on, we might have to turn around like this. This has been the team behind your coverage
I did
today.
have to put a jacket on because it's quite cold.
It is a bit chilly, but yes, we got Mark Novak actually streaming behind us, giving the update. But looking up here, you can see everyone watching from neighbouring properties.
We
But
took up the whole cul-de-sac. It's filled from the driveway to the street. Everyone got behind it. You can hear the gasps from the audience when that dark horse buyer came in, and everyone's just been really, really highly anticipating, waiting to see what this property will go for.
yeah, so easy. We'll wrap it up there, guys.
Yeah,
But thank you for tuning in. Have a lovely day. 21.5 is what the property went for. Have a lovely day.